Hi, I'm Ashleigh. I'm an artist and I live in the world of experiential.
Hi, I'm Benny, and I am a music and experiential marketer and community builder, and Ashleigh's partner.
Benny's my partner too. Okay, should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the first question, and one of my favorite questions when people ask us, and I love to throw it to you, so it's even better. How did we first meet?
All right. So, it's the classic how you met story, but I think I'm gonna give a little different answer for today.
Oh gosh.
Well, when we first met, it was that Tuesday night at S&S Bar when Kylie introduced us, and you met Claudia, your best friend. You know the story. A lot of people know this story, but Ashleigh was hosting that night, a party, and she walked from behind the bar, and before we even actually got introduced, I saw her and immediately fell in love. And from then, I fell in love with her I knew that she was my soulmate, but I fell in love with her from a friendship perspective too, and we both fell in love as friends for about 3 years, and I was persistent in hopefully one day making it more than being friends, and then we finally made that happen about 4 years ago, and now we live together and have a baby on the way, and it's been a journey, but a beautiful journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Friends to lovers. Should I start my bouquet?
Oh yeah. We should start cooking.
Okay.
Let's do it. Why did you choose me to interview? What about my artistry inspires your own creativity? Well, let's be real. You didn't choose me. We are happy to be hosting this at our Bash House backyard greenhouse.
Yeah.
And we got asked to do it together.
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting because something that we were talking about the other day is that you're such a morning person and I'm such a night owl. And so shifting that and wanting to go to bed with you at the same time has been kind of shifted my creativity and my artistry. But in a way, it's inspired so much more in my life because I feel like I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've inspired me to be better, which in turn inspires my artistry. But I also feel like, is this a question for you and what my artistry also inspires your own creativity?
She's like, I'm his muse. Let's be real. When we first met and you talked about your artistry and your goals in life, your answer was, I want to build cities. And I was like, whoa, like I've never met somebody who wants to build cities. And I think it speaks to the breadth of your artistry. Like you're not just a painter and you have these massive ambitions that go beyond just the paint on the canvas. And I think that's what inspires me.
No, that was a beautiful answer.
And your ability to make bouquets. You've inspired me to make bouquets.
Yeah, you do bring the flowers home and make bouquets, which I kind of want to put one of these in your bouquet because I feel like that color is very you.
Yeah,
Even though we're switching it to each other, I guess these are for you. Okay, so what roles does collaboration play in your creative life, and how do you approach working with others? That's a great question for you.
I mean, collaboration's everything, right? Like, I feel like we all have our own strengths and weaknesses, and the key to life is finding those who enhance your weaknesses and enhance your strengths and expose your weaknesses and allow you to maximize your strengths. And that can be in the creative life, meaning professional life, but it can also be the creative life as in the art of life. And like those can be professional relationships or personal relationships. And our relationship is unique because it's both.
It's a lot of buckets.
It's a lot of buckets. But yeah, I think collaboration's everything, and I'm grateful to live in New York and live in a city that breathes that. I mean, even what we're doing right now is a collaboration with Project Field being here, and we've been friends with them for years, and it's just so cool that now we're having this full circle moment here doing this.
Yeah. That was a beautiful answer.
All right, so what we have,
I love it.
I keep making yours. We have 3 questions left each. What's a piece of work you're particularly proud to have made or been a part of, and why? Wow, I'm excited to hear this answer.
Well, I'm definitely proud of my gallery show that I did a year ago, November. I feel like that was really special, and to do it alongside a great friend and artist as well, and just put all the pieces on the wall and orchestrate all of that, because as I mentioned, doing experiential, I feel like the list could go on of exciting and incredible projects and collaborators. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of tricky, because I feel in my true artistry, that's painting, that's sculpting, that's being free and letting go. But I also have this sense of artistry in experiential, where my logistical and creative side kind of mix and intermingle. Mm-hmm. So that was a really hard answer, because I feel like I'm proud of everything, anytime anything comes to life. I also sometimes think I'm more proud of like also how the moments when it's like hard or difficult when you're creating these beautiful things, and I'm like proud of myself for like being patient or staying calm, and even in those high stress moments. And sometimes I reflect not even on the project or like getting to meet Rihanna or something epic, but even just more so like, oh, we were there till 4 a.m. and I was exhausted, but I'm proud of myself for like how we managed the team and how we collaborated and like conducted this magical thing. Yeah. So that was a lot of answers in one. I'm really proud of anything creative that comes to life.
That's a great answer. And again, it's the breadth of your artistry. But I want to bring it back for 1 second.
Okay.
And ask, what is your favorite piece of artwork that you've created?
I love the piece in our apartment that's hung up actually before you come outside here. The one that's like a teardrop that's almost like being stabbed with a sword. Because I feel like I had for so long just been creating and, you know, finding furniture off the street and using that as like a canvas to create. And I didn't know what my direction in regards to painting, and I really wanted to find a style that I could like develop and grow into. And that piece was like the birth of that for me. And it's almost like the knife in this weird way was like birthing that, like of all the confusion and of what type of artist I am. And then from there, it was like all my work fell into this world. And every time I look at it, I'm so proud. I don't want to end, like I want it to be our painting forever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it really created a style for like all the way to the gallery that you did.
Yeah. Next question for you. How do you feel when you're sharing your work?
This is a fun question, because I don't think I ever expected to be asked this question, because it's like my artistry is not a physical medium that you're sharing in a gallery or sharing in that capacity, really.
Until you release your book.
Until the book comes out. My artistry is experiences and bringing people together, and that kind of, the feelings that I get from that are in real time. And it's when you're at the event and you see the crowd and you see people smiling and you see people taking photos or singing along and dancing and feeling free and expressing themselves. That's when I really feel like the art is happening and it's being shared.
Something important to talk about too is that when you you've been working on continuing to master that art as well of those moments by feeling more and more present, not feeling overwhelmed by all the emotions and excitement.
Yeah.
And so that's really nice that was your answer.
Yeah. Thank you for adding that, because I mean, anybody who's ever done an event in their life before knows that feeling of it finally came together, it happened, and then you get home and it's like this massive depletion of serotonin, and you're just like, you feel like you like missed the entire event. You didn't say hi to the people you wanted to say hi to, or this could have gone better, or that could have gone better. And it's been, yeah, that, like the first few years of doing events in New York City, it's kind of just like they fly by, and now trying to really stay present, and obviously I think being sober during the events and not getting too lit helps with that. What's one creative risk that you've taken that paid off, and how did it impact your growth as an artist?
In a weird way, and maybe it's just because I'm 7 months pregnant, but when we surprisingly found out we were pregnant while Benny was on a 10-day silent meditation retreat, I was so nervous about what that was going to do to my career and to my creativity, and I stopped smoking marijuana. And I was like, what the heck is happening to me? And I feel like actually this really has been like the most intense creative risk of my entire artistry up to this point. But I, in my gut, just keep having this like, once our baby is here with us, all the journey through pregnancy and the way it's opened my eyes to seeing the world and like setting healthy boundaries for yourself, and really dedicating, you know, when you have that art block, to use that art block, and just like how important time together is, and living in unconditional love with each other. Becoming a mother and, you know, giving up a little bit of self, a little bit of the priestess, as my therapist says, and really focusing on the mother is the risk. But I feel like it's gonna really pay off, and I'm in the midst of a glow up. Yeah, literally pregnancy glowing.
Yes,
and
you are.
glowing up.
And
I keep adding to yours, but we're collaborating.
We're collaborating.
Yeah.
Collaboration is key. That's what we say. I just want to add to that you've done it so gracefully, and we're giving each other flowers today. So I'm just so impressed with how you've navigated this new chapter and not put too much pressure on yourself when it's been harder to put paint on the canvas, and just accepting this new challenge. And I'm so excited to see the artistry that you bring into motherhood, and I'm so excited to see once you do continue putting paint on the canvas, because we got a little taste of it last week, and that that was beautiful. It's like a whole new era is coming, and I'm excited for you.
I'm grateful to have a partner that reminds me that it is the block, and the block to unblock, and to not be afraid of the block, and just to not be so, you know, concerned about wasting a canvas, and sometimes just doing, you know?
Totally. The last question.
The last question for you. How do you see your creative community evolving, and what role do you hope to play in that evolution?
Oh man. Our creative community is thriving, and I'm so happy for everyone who's going off right now. I mean, we've got Ricky, who's just like going crazy. We've got Gavin, who's going crazy. We've got Gabriella, who's going crazy. I mean, the list goes on. And I'm so grateful that I've brought some of those people into your life, and you're bringing and have brought so many into my life. Oh. And then from there, they connect and they meet each other. And then we see them work together. Yeah. And it's like, talk about seeing the results of your work, or sharing your work. Like, that's another form of it too, is like when two people who you've connected then find collaboration amongst each other and thrive in that. And that's just like off the charts. And I guess that's the role that I hope to continue to play in this community, is to keep connecting people and keep supporting people. And I mean, since I was young, I always said, all I want to do for my career is be a professional hype man. So
that is true. And an MC.
And an MC. So I think this year, 2025 specifically, is a big year for all those people I mentioned and more, and for us and the community. So, and to keep giving back too. Like, I think there's that element of like our generation not like really focusing on using their art. I mean, art's always been a medium to make the world a better place, but like putting that at the forefront and almost putting that above the business, and or recognizing that your business goals and the profit and the credentials and everything that will come, but giving back and doing it in a genuine and authentic way is at the forefront of our community.
Yeah.
Last question for you, my love.
Okay.
Why do you think it's important to give other creatives their flowers?
I feel like sometimes that's also kind of the whole point. Like, if we're not lifting each other up, then also kind of what's the purpose?
Right.
I don't know. Like, what's the point? If we're not supporting each other and, you know, helping each other grow, I just feel like it's like it's not rooted in what it should be for humanity. I don't know.
You do know, and you just said it. You just laid it down.
I'm like, I don't know if
Y'all
it makes sense.
get out there and support each other and give creatives their flowers. And shout out to Project Feel for bringing us here today to do so.
Do you have any last final touches to your bouquet?
I feel really good about it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the pink vase too. Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
They're beautiful.
Give it. Ooh, it smells so nice.
I know, the whiff of flowers is so nice.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you.
Mm.
Oh, cool.